Hello everybody, I am Jedi Jack Penguin, and welcome back to another LEGO Batman review. Long have I waited to say those words again. Today, we're going to be looking at the first set that I ever got from this theme, that being set number 7885, Robin Scuba Jet Attack of the Penguin. This set includes 207 pieces for the original price of $19.99 when it released in May of 2008. Now, the reason why I haven't been able to get this video out for so long is because of Robin, and that figure is so expensive because of that cape, which is only included on this particular version, which would also be in that 2006 Batcave, which I should have a review for coming in the next couple of months. I cannot wait to build that set. It's one of my white whales that I just recently purchased from Bricks and Minifigures. Though that set didn't include a Robin, I did have to buy it separately, and because I got that set, I was like, well, finally gotta spend the $55 and the $15 to get the proper hairpiece to go along with it. But as I was saying, this was the first and the only Batman set that I had all the way up until 2012 when they gave us DC Comics sets. Having played through LEGO Batman the video game, I had really wanted to get any of those sets, but unfortunately for the time they were just so popular because of that video game that LEGO didn't have any more out on the shelves. They were all retiring. But yeah, I truly am excited to dive in and take a deeper look at this particular set. But before we get to our minifigure selection, we should take a quick look at our instructions, which you can see have aged quite poorly here. One interesting thing to note is that we did have the Dark Knight logo being used on these 2008 sets, as well as this Dark Knight version of Batman. Even though these sets didn't really pertain at all to the contents of the film, I just think it's really interesting that they had that kind of marketing behind it, but still that classic LEGO Batman logo that we know and love from that 2006 through 2008 era of sets. From the back side, you get your win information, LEGO Club, some advertisements, as well as play features for some of the other sets released during the time, including this Harley Quinn set. Quick advertisement for LEGO Batman the video game. One of my favorite video games, definitely recommend it if you've never played through it. And also another thing that they used to do in these sets was include little comics, which I really love. They did this early on within the 2012-2013 LEGO DC sets, but unfortunately they stopped doing that real quickly. I don't know, maybe it costs too much to make that extra bit of promotional material for these types of sets. Then we have our play features, piece count, and the final overall model for this particular set. To begin our minifigure selection, we have the Boy Wonder Robin, and this minifigure is exclusive to this set because we get this short haircut style instead of the afro that you would have typically seen for Robin. We only ever saw Robin in one other set, that being the 2006 Batcave, and this is how he looked in that set. The only minor difference, as I said, just being that short haircut style piece, which is really unfortunate that they couldn't just give us the other hairpiece with this minifigure, considering all of the marketing that we saw for that era's Robin included that afro hairpiece. It's just really unfortunate for a $20 set not to have that, but still, for the time, getting Robin even in a cheaper set I guess is alright. You get the same exact facial expression, torso print, as well as that brand new yellow cape on this character as you would see in that 2006 Robin. I just think this is such a classic look. It's perfect. I love the colors. It's just, I really love this figure. It's one of my favorite figures that I now have in my collection. Spinning him around. We don't get any back printing, unfortunately. And we only get the one facial expression. Still a really solid Robin minifigure. It's just, again, I really wish that they had that afro hairpiece with this version, just because that makes him look the way that you see him in the video game. And then comes another dastardly villain to fight. We have the Penguin, who you also would have been able to get within that 2006 Batcave set. This is another cheaper way to get that figure, unless you got him in, say, I think a magnet set included him at one point. He comes with 2 accessories, one being his umbrella, which uses a stick piece, as well as this big dish, so you can pretend to shoot your hero with that. We also have the whole point of this set's existence, that being this little gem that the Penguin stole that Robin's trying to recover for Batman. We also get those short legs in purple, which were newly introduced for the Penguin's character back in 2006, as well as that torso print and facial expression, again used on that 2006 character. I really love this version of the Penguin. It's the one that I always think of from the LEGO Batman video games. Even down to that top hat piece being used. It's such a really classic design that I absolutely love and makes me miss what we could be getting now from LEGO Batman if they were making sets like this. And then finally, to round out our character selection, not necessarily minifigures, but still characters included nevertheless, we get 2 of these little penguin goons. They're absolutely adorable. I remember building these back in the day and being like, I love these so much, just as someone who loves penguins. And I think they did a really nice job using that 1x1 brick with the studs on all the sides just to capture the look of this guy. Even get a clip piece from the side in order to hold a little gun for the accessory, which is just so funny. I love that. The other one includes the same exact design, though we get a different accessory, being one of these scuba guns in that dark gray color, which is also really nice to get in this particular set. The chase is on. The Penguin has stolen a gem from the Gotham City Museum, and now it's time for Robin in his tiny itty bitty scuba jet to come after the Penguin and steal it back. The first part of the set that you build is for Robin's Scuba Jet, which this is the second build that Robin receives throughout the 2006 through 2008 lineup, the first one being included again in that 2006 Batcave set because you get his minifigure in that set. First things first, you get a cockpit that you can easily open up. No controls in here, which is a little surprising, but oh well, such is such. One thing I do not recommend doing is leaving this minifigure in here long term, especially with that bright yellow cape, because if that gets damaged, you've already lost so much money, because that is really where the value is on this particular minifigure. Otherwise, looking at the general design for this, I love that we continue that Robin color scheme of the red, the yellow, and the green. It's freaking chef kiss perfection. Get some pretend guns, or these may even be lights as they're translucent yellow pieces over here. Maybe guns, maybe lights, who knows. You get your engines from the side, which are in this green color, which is still an exclusive color to this particular set. You also get a little propeller from the backside, which you can spin on one of those Technic pin connections. And it would be wrong of me not to mention the little flag up here, which I think is adorable, as well as getting these 2x2 circular tile pieces with the Robin logo stickered on them, which is so funny. I love this little vehicle. It's so adorable and definitely something that Batman would just give away to Robin. One last thing before I move on, I just noticed that one of the pieces that I was using had some stickers that aren't actually included on this set. Just wanted to let you know in case you thought that that was part of the set. It's not. And no doubt my favorite build of this set, as someone who really loves penguins, is the Penguin Submarine, and this is exactly as you see it out of that LEGO Batman video game, even down to just the face decal right here from the front, this sticker. I love it so much, and just the color scheme again, having the black and then the white underbelly, and even having that little bit of yellow orange in this set, I think is just amazing. We have a little Batman logo there, kind of like maybe a check mark of how many times he was able to defeat Batman or something. I think that's pretty cool. You can see the little windows for the submarine from both sides. Those are stickered, as well as having the U-99 on those curved 2x2 macaroni bricks. One thing that the Penguin has an advantage of over Robin is the fact that he has plenty of options in order to defeat the Boy Wonder. One of which being these flick fire missiles. If you don't know how these work, all you gotta do is flick, and it goes out into the distance, never to be found again. Something you'll want to be careful with, as if you lose it, you'll lose it. One other thing I have to mention when it comes to these is that you can adjust them, move them up and down using that Technic connection, which I really appreciate, just so then you can get a different angle when you're trying to fire at your enemy. Another thing you may notice from the very back is that we also get this cannon here, which you can fire off by moving this piece over here. It's just really crazy to see how many weapons the Penguin has to fight off his enemies. As I said, as you move this piece, you'll be able to lift it up, and as you lift it up, the back of the cannon will fire off. This is yet another thing that you gotta be careful with when you shoot it. Definitely something you do not want to point in the face of any other humans, and something if you lose it, you will lose it. Finishing off from the back side, we also see some propellers back here, which you can spin as you see fit to help maneuver the vehicle through the water. And finally, that brings us to the actual interior of this build. Now, in order to access the interior, you can easily lift up this middle section here. When you remove it, you may get some studs popping off, but you can easily just place them back on. That's how this piece connects to the bigger picture. From here, you'll notice that we have two more stickered pieces, these 1x4 with the caution tape. And we have a nice studded area, those jumper plates, in order to stand your minifigure of the Penguin. I definitely recommend removing his accessory when you place him in the vehicle. And we also happen to get a printed slope piece, which we saw introduced in the LEGO Arctic theme all the way back in the year 2000. One other cool thing that I might as well note is that if you turn the Penguin around completely, not have him face the controls, you can actually pretend to have him looking through the telescope from the very top of the vehicle here. It's a little hard to see, might try and take a picture of it and you might be able to see it a little bit better, but we do get a little peek hole where you can kind of see the Penguin's face with the telescope binoculars in view. So overall, for $20 back in the day, this was the cheapest set to get a Robin minifigure in, and even the cheapest set to get the Penguin in if you didn't want to get one with the magnet legs. The builds in this set are really amazing for the time. I love the color schemes of them, and just these types of sets that LEGO released back in the day, this is what I feel is missing from the LEGO DC theme now. I truly do miss the days of these particular LEGO Batman sets. It's just, there's nothing like them, and they truly are all amazing. For me, this set is a 10 out of 10. That's probably most of my bias of the LEGO Batman video game coming out of me, but really, if I could say, there's only one flaw of this set, and that is that Robin minifigure not including the hairpiece that you see inside that Batcave set. That's really the one thing about this set that I think could have made it even better than it already is, but for what you get, the price, the minifigures, just everything, I am just overall pleased and happy with the final outcome. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this set. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!